Like, Sat Shri Akal students, today we are going to start with sets, our first chapter in 11th. So, what is the definition of sets? It is well defined collection of items. Well, these items could be some names, or they could be nouns, or they could be numbers also, equations also, polynomials also, anything. Now, if I say that these are the members of the set, I can always call them members. I can always call them objects or elements. One and same thing. Now, why we define the sets? What's the importance of the sets? To it's for collection. It's used in data science, used in statistics also, various other sciences also. So, uh, sets are of so many types. We'll be discussing in second video. How do we represent a set? Means how do we represent the number, objects or elements? How do we represent a group? Set is a group. So there are two basically ways to represent a set. One way is roster form and the other way is set builder form. Now, let's discuss roster form. Let's say we want to define a set A. The sets are normally defined with capital letters like A, maybe B, C, X, Y, Z. And their members or their elements are normally written as like A, B, C, X, Y, Z, etc. Right? So let's say I define a set A which is basically set of all vowels in English language. So let me first write the vowels there: A, E, I, O, U. In roster form, I'm just going to separate each member by putting commas and simply put them in the braces. This becomes my set. Now, in order to define this set, I may be defining this set as A, so A is equal to this set. This is the roster form. You could name some other set. Let's say all the months in a year which start with January, which starts with J. So then let's say that the set is X. So X is basically I use braces. Then I write the names of all the elements uh, whose all the names of all the months of year whose name starts from J. So it's basically January. I can write it fully. Then June. Then July. And any other? Is there any other month having the name J? So it's January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. No. So no comma in the last. I close the braces. So basically, this is one disadvantage of roster form also, that I have to write each and every member. Okay. One advantage I get here is, let's say I want to write uh, set. I want to write a set, you know, corresponding to all the letters in the word principal. Principal. So here, you know, the only advantage I get is uh, first. Let me see what are the letters. So letters are P, then R, I, N, T, I, P, A, and L. So in the roster form, as per the definition, I have this braces and I must write all the elements. But if an element is getting repeated, I can, I need not repeat it. This is the only advantage. So now let's say the set which is which is like letters of the word principal. Let's say it's represented by Z. So this is equal to, I can write P, then R, I, N. Now I need not again write I. I did not write P, but then A is also there, L is also there. Now imagine students, if you have a set, let's say somebody says you write a set of all natural numbers. So it's not really possible to write in roster form. It's not really possible because you cannot write all the natural numbers there till infinity. You will end up your life. Uh, so infinite sets cannot be written in roster form. And then even in finite sets also, let's say you have a set. You want to collect all the natural numbers. Let's say you want to collect all the natural numbers. They should start from 80 and they must end at let's say 200. So how many numbers are there? How many numbers you have to write from 80 to 200, Ishma? In the roster form. Suppose somebody says write all the natural numbers from 80 to 200. So how many numbers, Ishma, we have to write down in the roster form?
120.
Wrong. It will be 121. I just wanted to check it. So from 81 to 200 is 120 plus 80 is 121. But then writing 121 members is also difficult, right, Ishma? So that's like little bit time consuming, all right? But okay, for smaller sets, maybe roster form is good. But then that's the reason I think we had to define, the other way we can represent a set, that is set builder form. So how do we represent a set builder form? So here, one letter I want the students to get introduced to is epsilon. You write inverted C and then put a little bit of straight line in the center, the stomach of this. So this is epsilon. Epsilon. It's the Greek letter. Well, here it means like it belongs to. So, students, I forgot to tell you this epsilon word is used here also in roster form. Let's say I have a set having natural numbers 1 to 5. So I'll write that set. Let's say the name of set is A as basis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say 3 belongs to this set. So I'll say 3 epsilon A. It means 3 belongs to A. Belongs to. Right? This is used in roster form also everywhere. So, but then you see 10 does not belong to this set. So I'll write 10 does not belong to A. Having done this, let's again concentrate on roster form. So guys here, I what I do, I use the braces, just like I was using the braces in the roster form also. The difference is, in order to understand set builder form, students, let's first define a set. Let's say uh, we want to define a set for all the integers, you know, between let's say 7 and let's say 12. All the integers between 7 and 12. Between 7 and 12. Okay. All right, students. So if you want to write a set and I want to represent this in set builder form in the set builder form. So it's like how do I write? So I first, let's say the name of that set is A. So I'll write A is equal to this. Now I'll represent all the the numbers by X, and I put colon here. Well, this colon means such that. I read it like such that, and these braces are to be read like these braces are to be read like set of all, set of all, that's all, set of all. So then this braces set of all X colon such that now I'm going to define this how X is there. So X is basically X belongs to integers. So what is the notation for integers, Ishma? Notation for
Z.
Z. Now, but then if I say x belongs to Z, this means this is a set of all the integers. No, I have to limit that integers are only between 7 to 11, 12. So I can use a comma also, or I can use and what? 7, x 12. What does it mean? That x lies between 7 and 12. you know so if it is 7 to 12, let's say somebody has said write a set, number all numbers between 7 to 12 including 7 and 12. So I'll write everything like this. A is the set. I'll read it like this. A is the set of all, set of all. This is set of all. A is set of all x such that x belongs to Z, and here I will write, equal to also. So this is the way, students, I'm going to represent the sets in set builder form. Now, quickly, having done this before, I want to practice a few, sums which give you more practice about how to convert one form to other form. Yes. So students, we have four sums. These are the representation of sets uh, in the first form. In which form? This is which form? This is, tell me. This is no. This form is Ishma. In which form? All these are
Roster form.
form. These are roster form. So I need to convert them into set builder form. So can you tell me what will be the answer of this? So no, I will not ask you. I'll explain first. In set builder form, I've just learned that first of all, let me name this set. I need not name. He has not asked name the sets. He has just said convert this representation of set from set builder form to roster form to set builder form. So I'll simply start with uh, braces, and I observe the pattern. The first term is 1 by 2. The knowledge of arithmetic progression and geometric progression is going to help me here. Uh, the first term is 1 by 2. So then 2 by 3, 3 by 4. So it's simple. So any term is, I can say if the numerator, I'm sorry. So the numerator is n, the denominator is n. Yes, Ishma? The denominator is? The
By 2. N by 2.
No. It's not n by 2. So if this is 3, this is
N plus 1.
n plus 1. So how can I write this? I will not start with n. In set builder form, I know first I put the braces. This braces means set of all x, such that, colon means such that x, I'm going to define now, x is equal to n divided by n plus 1. Okay, but if I say n divided by n plus 1 and comma, I can write, now n belongs to what? These numbers are they integers? Are they natural numbers, whole numbers, real numbers, or what? Yes, these are, obviously they are all.
Natural numbers.
All, they are whole numbers also, But then the datum line, basically they are natural numbers. So I can say n belongs to natural numbers, right? N belong to natural numbers, and what? I have to limit that n starts from 1 till n. So how can I write? And yes, I have to define that n is between 7 and 1. So that's all. But then, is it right? Is it perfectly right, students? No, it's not perfectly right. If this had been the definition, then 1 and 7 wouldn't have been there. 1 and 7 is also there. So I'll put this. N is equal to greater than 1, but less than or equal to 7. So this is perfect. Yeah. So I'll do the second one. So this is, how can I represent this? Uh, I'll start with braces again. I'll start with, now there could be different ways a student can do it correctly also, not just one way, you know. So I can always do like this, that, you know, uh, set of all set of all this basis means set of all x such that, you see, 3 and minus 3. Can I think of any equation? uh, I can relate these two numbers to an equation, 3 or minus 3. Can I think of some equation where,
X square minus 9.
perfectly right. So x square minus 9. So you can say, what? How should I write it? How should I write it? That's a main thing. How should I write it? Please tell me. Yes, Ishma? Yes. See, first thing is, now the main thing is, how can I write this? So I start this set of all x such that, now x is basically what, minus is also. So that means x is an integer. X is an x is also an integer, right? And now can you think of any equation where, you know, x is only 3 and minus 3? So I can write x square minus 9 is equal to what? 0. So if I write like this, you see, x is an integer and x square minus 9 is 0. So x value can be 3, 3 square minus 9 is 0, or minus 3 square minus 9 is also 0. So it perfectly satisfies us, right? Now what about this, Ishma? What about this? How can I write this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is pretty simple. So these are all natural numbers. So how can I write this? I think you should be able to tell it perfectly. So, so I'll write it. Yes, set of all. This is means set of all, then x. Set of x
X.
such that x belongs to, x belongs to,
Natural numbers.
what should I write here? I need not write natural number. I can just write x belongs to
N.
n, and I have to limit x between 1 and 6, and x is also having value of 1 and 6. So how will I write? 1, 6 here, x in the middle, but it's also equal to x. So this is done. Now we can do this like, you see, we can understand that first number is 3 into 1. This is 3 into 2, 3 into 3, 3 into 4. So after understanding the pattern, we can say set of all x such that x is equal to 3, and n belongs to natural number. You see, n is a natural number, and n is limited between 1 and 4. Equal to mark should also be there. We have this sum. This is in a roster form. We have to convert this into set builder form. So we want to convert this in set builder form. Set builder form is set of all. Set of, let's say this is A. Set is A. So again, I can write A is the set of all, till bracket, it's a meaning. A is a set of all x such that, yes, student, can you tell me? So try to identify the numbers and see the pattern. So can you identify? Are these numbers the square of something? Are these numbers the square of something? Maybe this is 1 square, then 2 square, then 3 square, and then last is 10 square. So from this I got the definition, the pattern. A is a set of all x. A is a set of all x such that x is equal to n square, right? So comma, because there's one more thing in my mind, then I will write n. So n belongs to natural number, and now I know n is limited my numbers are limited from 1 to 100. So n is limited from 1 to 10, right? So 1 and 10. So n is less than or equal, n is more than or equal to 1, less than or equal to 10. So this is the way I can. So another question, students, we have is it's given z is equal to 5, 25, 125, 625. So closely observing 5 is 5 raised to power 1, 2, 3, 4. I present this z is a set of all x such that x is equal to 5 raised to power n. N belongs to n, means natural number, set of natural number, and n is limited between 1 to 4. Yes. So students, let's do some more sums. So hope you are able to see this quiz time. Are you able to see? Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is the first question. Two sets are given. A is equal to x. This is writing in set builder form, but not properly. It's okay. A is a set of all x such that x minus 5 is equal to 0. So from this I get x is equal to 5. And B, another set, B is set of all x such that x is a integral positive root of equation x squared minus x minus 20 is equal to 0. So then he says A is equal to B, these sets are equal, or A is equal to 5 means a null set, empty set, or what? A is not equal to A. Just one question will do. Why? Because this, no, second question doesn't require the knowledge of sets. Yes. Can we do it, Shma?
We can put the value of x in the equation.
From here I get x is equal to 5. Am I right? Right? From in the first set, x occupies just one value, that is 5. In the B set, what is the value for x? It's a positive root. So can you tell the positive root of this equation?
X is equal to 5.
So that means A is also 5, B is also 5. So this will be the right answer. A is equal to B. Am I right? Both the sets are equal. Both the sets are equal if the corresponding elements are equal. Okay, fine. Second, this is which of this is true? It says 28 belongs to Y. Okay, 28 belongs to Y. Okay, so the sum of all the positive factors of Y is 2Y. Sum of all, so it's like another riddle for you. Sum of all positive factors of Y is 2Y. Sum of all positive factors. So it's like, you see, you can say that y square is equal to y into y, right? So y plus y is 2y. And 37 belongs to x. X has exactly two positive factors. Okay. X has exactly two positive factors. And C as 4 belongs to x. So x square minus 9x plus 14 is equal to 0, or none of the above. So which is true? Say.
So B part.
How you can say that? And why not one and why not third part? Can you explain that?
Because first of all, 37 has two factors, which is 37 itself and 1.
It's a prime number. Okay. So x has exactly two positive factors. That is true. But why not first and third? So this is the
Third is wrong because we'll put the value and it is not equal to 0.
correct. What about first? Good. What about first?
It is not possible, like how can the sum be equal to 2y?
Correct. It cannot be, right? If it had been 64 or something, then if it had been a square, then 8 8 is 64. 8 plus 8, 16. If the sum had been like that, then it might have been correct, right? Not this. So, Ishma, uh, till today is sufficient for this. Sufficient for this. And tomorrow we'll come up with types of sets and I'll give you homework. Wish you all the best.